to lose. I'm built to win. Apply myself. I filled it in. No time for the doubt. They counted me out. I'm getting it in. Yeah. No time for no loss.
Pacers were going to make the playoffs. It didn't end so well for you, brother.
If you ain't thinking the same, then we playing by different rules. You can't see the vision, we live in different views. Until we complete the mission, keep getting up, never snooze. I walked a mile in my shoes, had the mind of a fool.
You fell asleep at the trade deadline when we had a trade to get Kyle Lowry out of here.
Found the time to get to it. They told me I couldn't do it. They told me I couldn't make it. They sold it, could never break it. That's sadly mistaken. I need a piece of the pie. I want it so bad I can taste it. They told me like Toby, keep on running toes. They gonna take it.
You want me to be out of hell?
Every fan doing this.
I filled it in. No time for the doubt. They counted me out. I'm getting it in. Yeah. No time for no loss. I pay for the cost. I'm winning to win. Yeah. Refuse to lose. I'm built to win. Apply myself. I filled it in. No time for the doubt. They counted me out. I'm getting it in. Yeah. No time for no loss. I'm paying the cost. I'm in it to win. Yeah. Refuse.
What up? What up? Welcome to Refuse to Lose Sports. I am your co-host, Davey Dollars. I got my dummy bro, Tomo, here with me today. That is Mr. In the Red Corner, Mr. Your Done Son. He's back from a nice little vacation. You know, my guy was on a cruise, and you know, he said something a while ago about the Dallas Cowboys. And look, he said they was gonna be on the cruise, and look who ended up on the cruise.
don't give Bibby too much props on that one, man. I want to take props with Bibby said, man, after we lost to the Broncos, he said, y'all might as well go on a carnival cruise. And you talking about the Cowboys, and I was like, all right. And then they go beat the Panthers. Don't make no sense.
Hey, and that's crazy because I picked against them only because the Panthers were so high, and then I guess the Cowboys decided to show up. I was like, well, look, looks like when I pick against them, they actually start winning.
Well, I'm gonna need you to do that some more because we're gonna talk about after you talk about the topics. I'm gonna tell you why.
Oh no, about all that.
We can still make the playoffs.
Yeah, you're right. But I definitely don't wish that to happen. But
me neither.
Definitely excited about everything that's gonna happen today. We got some great topics today, y'all. We got to talk about the Commanders. You know, it's just a must win for the Commanders. We got Steelers and Ravens on the Saturday, y'all. Saturday game. It's only 2 games on Saturday. And this is going to be the one. The first time Lamar Jackson plays them at home. Mm-hmm. And this is a must win for both teams. Whoever wins this pretty much wins the division, just about. So we got to deal with that. And then the college football playoffs start tonight, actually. You got Indiana and Notre Dame tonight. Then we got some games happening tomorrow. It's going to be epic, man. So we got Carl coming on to talk about the Ravens and the Steelers and college football playoff, and we got some other topics to talk about as well. What else are we talking about, Tomo?
I knew you was gonna set me up for this one, but I got to talk about will the Broncos make the playoffs? We got to talk about how you called it with the Chargers and their turnaround. So we got to react to John Harbaugh doing this thing, and I think we also do this thing. You know, the upset alerts.
You're right. You know what? You're right. And Tomo, you know what? I came up with a name for it now.
Let's get it.
And it's called Underdog Winner.
That would come from the doghouse.
Of course. But man, today gonna be a great show, man. We're definitely excited. We are streaming on 3 platforms right now. We on X, YouTube, and Facebook. So make sure you like, share, subscribe on all platforms. Definitely want to say shout out to Lambo Anlo on the intro song. You know, he the one that did the intro for us, and then shout out to Ed Hahn on the logo. And then, you know, man, we got a lot to talk about today. It's Friday. It's the start of the weekend. And you, Tommy, you know, I'm pretty sure you did this while you were on the cruise. So let's just go ahead and turn up, man.
I mean, on the way back, my stomach kind of
turn me up. I bet your stomach will turn it up.
We're not gonna talk too much about that, but
Tomo, floor is yours, man.
I mean, I've been waiting to hear that for a long time. You know, it's feeling good.
This is my first time I get to say it. So
y'all definitely been holding it down. I will say this though before I roll into this next topic. I seen the beginning of one of the episodes, and Joe said something about how his team still has hope and ours don't for the first time in a long time. We'll address that with the Commanders segment. But teams that's making turnarounds, the Commanders are one of them. Some people say he left Michigan because he was still in plays, but he left Michigan with a title. And he's looking like he's bringing back the revamping of a quarterback's career, because going from 5-12, the Chargers are now looking at a 73 record. And if you watch that Thursday night game, you clearly seen that they turned up because the Broncos was a no-fly zone, and the Chargers found a way to get in the end zone several times last night. So we got to talk about it. We did our offseason predictions, and a lot of our offseason predictions are starting to like unravel now, and we're starting to look good.
Some of these are starting to come to fruition, man. And I've been good on a couple of these. One of them, I'm still a little off on, but Penix might save me on that one. He just might save me on that one. So I don't know. Because Kirk Cousins, I'm glad we didn't talk about him today. I was sick after that.
Well, all I'm gonna tell you is the week that you dropped him, I picked him up because I needed a quarterback, and he did worse. So we already know we're not gonna talk about that. But let's talk about who's got it better than Jim Harbaugh.
Nobody.
Your reaction, Dave, to how the how the Chargers got turned around by Harbaugh, Jim.
And this is what I felt going into this season. This is what I expected. The only thing was the receiving core. That's the one thing that we didn't know what was going to happen, because they lost two of their best receivers. They lost Mike Williams and they lost Keenan Allen. So we was like, okay, where's the receiving going to come from? And look, lo and behold, they drafted Ladd McConkey out of Georgia. He comes in, it has a great rookie season so far. And then Quentin Johnson, it actually starts to play like a good wide receiver. So you had that going. Then you had J.K. Dobbins, who came off an ACL injury, started to recharge his run game. And even though he's out for the rest of the year now, Gus Edwards is back there still helping out. And then the guy of the hour, Justin Herbert. Justin Herbert has been playing really good this year. And it's crazy because we talked about him not having a playoff win. Mm-hmm. You know, people keep putting him up there as in the top 5 quarterback and stuff like that, calling him elite. You know, he got a brand new contract and everything. We hear about these contracts all the time, but now you see it happened because he got someone in his corner that believes in him and is allowing him to play his game. And Justin Herbert said himself that, no, I need the run game. So I want the run game to be able to work for me. And it's actually working out for him. The run game is working out. And not even just that. You know, it was something else that I believe I mentioned when it came to the Chargers, was that Jim Harbaugh is going to bring a brand new energy to there, to where a lot of players are just it's going to rub off on the players. And it rubbed off on this defense. This defense is one of the best in the league. And it's crazy because Joey Bosa had missed some time. Khalil Mack. Is Khalil Mack on?
Yeah, he's still there.
Khalil Mack had missed some time. So some of their guys wasn't even there. Derwin James had missed some time. And they're tied for first in points allowed this season, which is crazy. I didn't predict that. I didn't think this defense was going to be that good, but this defense has really improved, man. And Jim Harbaugh has been doing a phenomenal job. You saw him with the free kick that he had on last night to get 3 points. The man knows the rule book well enough, and he knows how to get players to play, man. So this is the Niners in me that's really excited that Jim Harbaugh is actually playing well, and it's with a team that I don't hate. So it's a team I don't. Now, if this was the Raiders or the Cowboys or the Eagles, I would be highly upset.
It makes sense.
But it's the Chargers. So I don't feel too bad, and man, I'm just happy for Jim Harbaugh. It was somebody that I was rooting for. Carr's probably the only one that doesn't like the fact that I was rooting for him even in Michigan, but that's my guy. You know, I never wanted him to be fired from San Francisco because I thought that he should have gotten another chance. But man, I think this Chargers team is really good, and they're going to go back to the playoffs thanks to Jim Harbaugh bringing in that really good coaching personnel, putting some good enough players around them, and it's just good, man. And I think he has some good draft picks this year too. So all of that helped out.
Yeah, and what better way to show that you know the rule book Because I know there's a lot of people in the Big Ten is like, I bet he do know the rule book. He knew all about plays, but that's another story for another day. But he definitely brought back that college feel to this team, and I think that helps reconnect with your players. You know, you coming out of, and that's why a lot of people are saying Deion is going to be a good NFL head coach once he comes over, depending upon the team that he goes to. And JJ Redick should know about something about picking the right team to go head coach, right? But I just had to take a shot at the Lakers right quick. For him coming in,
we put a 41 on him. I need to take a shot.
They need to take more shots, right? Shout out to Bronny. But look, him coming in is rebuilding that confidence that this team needed. Because we all knew with Jay Harbaugh, I mean, we can call him Jay Harbaugh now because he's balling out. But that was the nickname they gave him a little too early. And then going into this last season, they gave him a fresh offensive coordinator with a coach who found ways to lose games. Now they found a coach who's like, look, we want to find a way to win games. And we're also going to build the confidence back in each one of these players. That's kind of why I think Khalil Mack and Bosa found a way to stay, because they were both free agents. Well, they were looking at being free agents. And I think Bosa was the one that said, I'll take a cut or a franchise tag to stay. It was between him and Mack. I can't go back too far and really think about it, but they said, I choose to stay. And Dave, one of the things that you touched on is one of the things I was going to touch on, because last year they were allowing 193. What was it? Say the defense has been significant against the pass. The Chargers were allowing 193 per game, which is ninth best in the league compared to last year where they were giving up almost 300 in the air. So that right there, they making plays, and they got a Turk back there. So shout out to you, Carl. They got a Turk back there making plays too. But I ain't gonna say too much. But that right there is a great way to kick off with a division when you got one. Well, I ain't gonna say one of the best quarterback in the league right there. And you got another team with the Broncos who are finding their foundation and they're finding ways to win games. Good thing y'all went out there and beat them again on Thursday night. But you also got a Raiders team who's still trying to find their way. So it was always going to be who's the next best team in this division. Now you got two teams you can look at. More people are probably going to give the edge to the Chargers. One, because of the way the coaching, the way Harbaugh has came in and changed and shifted the culture, and the quarterback. There's still some questions out there with Bo Nix. Like, Bo Nix is having a good rookie season. There's been a lot of questions. There's been a lot of conversations. We've even started it on here about him winning Rookie of the Year or having a chance to win Rookie of the Year. But you still have Harbaugh, who can actually throw the ball and get the ball in the right spots, and word to you about having those actual draft picks, because being a year removed from college, he still has ears to the ground. He can still make some phone calls and make some things shake. They end up getting that defensive tackle from Michigan. I don't know how they would do it, but they get one of them defensive tackles from Michigan. The defense might get even uglier because they already shutting stuff down in the air. So if they can shut down the run game too, boy, oh boy, man.
Yeah. That'll be cause for concern for a lot of teams in the AFC. If you look at like the Ravens, big run team, that's something that could cause some issues for them, even though the Ravens pretty much dismantled them when they played them this year. You look at teams like the Chiefs, they like to run the ball sometimes as well. There are a lot of teams in the NFL that like to run the ball, and that the Chargers, if they're able to stop the run and the pass, they already don't allow a lot of points. So that could put them in that conversation for being one of the best defenses, or not the best defense in the league. Now, we know they're not in that conversation right now, but with Jim Harbaugh there, is what you expect. And then he went and he pretty much brought all his guys with him. The one offensive coordinator that people kept talking about when he was with the Ravens and when he was with the 49ers, now that he's there, I was like, okay, well, I know he's going to run. And it's working out for him because Justin Herbert is mobile enough to be able to make those kind of plays. It's not something that's going to hinder him. But he's a really good pocket passer. He has a good deep arm. He's accurate enough. And you just get him another weapon on the outside because Quentin Johnson is good. Get me wrong, but you give him another huge weapon on the outside or a tight end that's really good, then it's almost like it ain't nothing you could do. And a running back that can stay healthy. Unfortunately, J.K. Dobbins just has an injury history. So
I don't want to talk too much about J.K. Dobbins.
Yeah, I know. I'm sorry.
Hey, it's all good. It's all good. I mean, trades are meant to happen. You never know. Either it could work in your favor or it could end up the way it did. I'm not really mad at it. I just hope that he has a speedy recovery. It also opened the lane for Gus Edwards to show up too. So again, they can add to that running game. So, high hopes, man, for the Chargers.
Definitely high hopes.
My man Jo says Ravens will win the AFC North.
Okay, JL. Okay, JL.
We gonna see, man. I mean, we
Yeah.
gonna see. I ain't gonna say too much about what I think until we get to that topic. But speaking of high hopes, there's a lot of mile high hopes about this team here. And it's kind of funny. We're standing in the same division, but we're going back to the team that took the L last night. And Bibby, you might want to stick around for this one because the Orange Crush, I don't know, man. Their hopes may have got crushed. Justin Herbert threw 2 passes for 2 touchdowns. Justin Herbert threw 2 passes for 2 touchdowns. Justin Herbert threw 2 passes for 2 touchdowns. I'm just letting y'all know. Got no fly zone. I mean, they did get a pick, but I just had to throw it out there twice. Chargers scoring a free kick. Dave alluded to that in the last segment. And the Broncos win. The Broncos lose 34-27. So this right here puts you behind the 8 ball in your division. So we got to ask, will the Broncos make the playoffs? And I was trying to get my standards up before I got here, but I think I got it up. And I want to go here because I want to see how many division wins they have. They only have 2 right now. Of course, we all know the Chiefs are sitting at number 1 in that division at 13-1. Of course, they just lost to the Chargers, so that gives the Chargers a 3-2 lead on them. And now I'm going to the Broncos schedule because it's going to be tough for them to actually make it within the AFC in the way that things are shaking them out. But I want to see where they at currently. And I like that they're right now in the 7th seed. So the teams that are chasing them currently right now are the Colts, Dolphins, Bengals. And that's about it. The Bengals still got hope.
The Bengals, they play the Bengals next week.
The Bengals still got hope.
Mm-hmm.
Whoever wrote this NFL script was spot on this season because the next 3 weeks, a lot of teams need to face each other and also have other teams that are facing opponents that they need to lose. So it's going to be very, very interesting how this all pans out. And shout out to J.O. for saying something about the Ravens winning the AFC North because if the Bengals win this game, they still have a shot to win at least make the playoffs. They're not winning that division because it still is kind of got that one on lock. But right now we're talking about the Broncos. Do I believe that the Broncos can make the playoffs? I have to say yes, Dave. I have to say yes because the teams that are currently chasing them, I do believe it. I think the Colts have a shot. Miami right now, I don't know what happened in Miami after Tua got hurt. I don't know what's going on in Miami this season. They already talking about Tyreek Hill. I don't know if it's real or not. Him talking about he want to make trades, but it's a little shaky down there. And with the Bengals, they need to win out. So that's going to be tough because they got a lot of division games coming up also. And then you still got the Ravens and Steelers who are fighting to be the king of the North. And with ESPN, what they say, the playoff odds for the Broncos to make it is around about 85%. And coming from a guy whose team is like 2% to make the playoffs, it's probably negative 0.5 right now at this rate. I'm gonna say I think the Broncos make it.
You know what? I actually think the Broncos make it too. That's kind of where I was going to go because I think that the matchup that's key is the matchup next Sunday. And when they play the Bengals, that's the matchup that's going to tell it all. If they win that game, then they in, plain and simple. Because the only way the Bengals get in, they have to win out.
Yep.
They have to absolutely win out. They got to win that. The only thing is I don't trust the Bengals defense. The Bengals defense have been putrid all season long. It's been bad. It's terrible. That's the one team that has been able to score 30 plus points, but in almost all those games they gave up 30 plus points.
Sheesh.
They're 3-5 in games where they allow 30 plus points. That's not a winning record.
Nope.
It's not a winning record. And Joe Burrow is crazy because the offense has not been the issue. Chase Brown has had a good season. Jamar Chase has gone off. T. Higgins has been in and out of lineup, but it hasn't stopped this offense being able to put up points. Joe Burrow would be in the MVP conversation if the record was switched. if they were 9-6 or 8-5, he would be in the conversation for MVP. But the fact that they don't have a winning record is the reason why he's not in the conversation. But his numbers tell it all. Jamar Chase is having the best year of his career so far right now. He is right now leading in every category as far as catches, receiving yards per game, and touchdowns. The man has 15 touchdowns already.
The Triple Crown, right?
Yes. Triple Crown. He's about to. I don't think anyone's going to catch him. I don't think anyone's going to catch him when it comes to because I think the only thing somebody might catch him in catches, but yards and everything else, I think he got that.
Yeah, no, I think it's.
I think he got that because he's having a phenomenal season this year. He's had multiple games of 2+ touchdowns, almost 150 yards. We know what he did against the Ravens. We know what he did against the Cowboys. Sorry, but
sorry, they should have played.
Yeah, I mean, the man just balls out. And you think about other receivers that started to come up, Jerry Jeudy, who's having a fantastic season. But Jamar Chase has been balling this year, man. I don't know if there's any cornerback that can really stop him. Honestly, he's that conversation we had a couple years ago about him and AJ Brown. This right here is the reason why I was saying Jamar Chase is the better receiver. Now, I'm not saying that AJ Brown ain't worth being in that top 5 or anything like that, but this is why I was saying Jamar Chase was over him because he's that dynamic of a receiver. But this defense is just they can't stop anybody. Nope. That's the thing with me. They can't stop anyone, especially someone else that can come in and put up points. And the Broncos have showed that they can go in and put up points. Remember against the Browns, they went and put up points against the Browns, and that was a shootout game. So you got to deal with that, and it's so many other things that can go into it. But I don't see the Bengals being able to beat them. I think when the Broncos play them next week, that the Broncos will win, and that'll be them. That's basically their clinch to get into the playoffs because that's what they need. They just need to win that game for real.
Yeah. No, I agree with you on that one because their last 2 opponents is the Bengals and the Chiefs, and at that point, the Chiefs may have this thing wrapped up, so they may start resting some guys, just to go into the bye week. So the Broncos may have a chance there to steal that one. And I went to go look up Jamar Chase stats while you got it. Hey, Joe, man, I come back, you got what's going on here, man? What's going on? The musical chairs, but it feels good to be back, bro. So what I would say is
it's crazy. It's normally me with the musical chairs, but I've been
good. I tagged you in as the dummy bro. I'm like, look, man, perfect attendance. There you go, Dave. It's all
Gotcha.
Now, as far as touchdowns, the closest person is Amon St. Brown. That's the only person that can catch him in touchdowns. If Amon had a game today and Chase took a few games off, because he's definitely going to get some more touchdowns because it's that easy for him at this point. Him and Burrow don't even look at each other. They just throw the ball and you just know where it's going to be. Like the one play he did the out route on the Cowboys, he was like, I didn't even know the ball was coming. I just turned around and scored a touchdown. Let's not talk about them. It's terrible. But outside of that, and then with yards, Justin Jefferson probably can. But like I said, he still got more games to play. So you're going to see right about what Joe say. Now the Chiefs are the only game in front of the Bills.
Look at the private chat. That's what you probably need to look at.
Hold on. What we got going? Okay, make money. Let's get some money then. All right, you showing up right at time because CTC is going to come here and actually level my playing field because I had so much slander for this next topic. So we're gonna bring CTC Carl up as we roll into our next segment. What's up, Carl?
What's going on there, brother? What you mean?
The crowd had to cheer. What's going on?
Hey, first of all, shout out to y'all for letting me on. Joe just hit me, so we good to go. Secondly, Joe, the Chiefs are 2 games in front of the Bills. The Bills dropped the game against the Rams.
Yeah, that's what I'm like. What Joe talking about? Oh, I guess he's saying you think the Bills gonna win out.
Even if they do,
they still can't get it.
The Chiefs just gotta win. Chiefs just gotta win what 2 more games?
No, they gotta win 2 more games, yeah, because the Bills got the tiebreaker, but they do gotta win 2 more games. They're gonna beat Pittsburgh.
Oh yeah, I forgot Josh Allen, the regular season quarterback.
And they play the Texans on Saturday, right?
Yeah, 1 o'clock.
Yeah, I got the Chiefs winning that game.
They better win that game. All these close games they keep playing outside of the Browns. It's the only team they embarrassed.
What's going on with y'all, man? Let's get it.
Hey, Carl, great episode earlier today too, man.
Appreciate it. Hey, we 2-0, baby. 6-1 in bowl games since the first bowl game last Saturday.
I retweeted it on X. I told him, man, if y'all trying to cook up some tickets for these college football playoffs, man, make sure y'all tap into CTC.
Got an underdog winner last night.
See, that's all I'm saying, man. We not guaranteeing the wins, but we letting you know that the wins are here.
Nothing's a lock, but I'm
It
hot
needs
right
to-
now.
I think CTC need to be called CKC, Carl Knows College. That's what it needs to be called.
at this rate, right?
I know a little something, man.
Now,
Yeah.
while I was out, there was a Commander fan that came on, and he had a lot to say about everyone else's team. You know, he had a few things to say about his team too. You know, he's been saying a lot in the NFL chats. Make sure y'all join the chats because expectations are like roller coasters when it comes to certain teams in the chats. But it comes down to this week. We have the NFC East. We have the Commanders that play the Philadelphia Eagles. Every time these two teams have faced off, that Devontae Smith has found a way to make a catch that wasn't a catch, and a lot of Commander fans was like, if it wasn't there, then we would have that. So some would say the Eagles kind of have a mental edge, but then Brian Robinson would say, well, when they were undefeated, I ran the ball 50 times and we won the game. So I don't know with these two teams. They're in my division, but we got to ask, is it a must-win for the Commanders' psyche? Carl.
No. For that psyche, no. You would like to win. You don't want to get swept 2 years in a row, but it's not a must win. No. I just don't think the Commanders, they have a good team, but it kind of piggyback on what I said Tuesday. The expectations is different. Not only have Philly won because of the whole mental edge, they also had the better team, and they still have the better team this year. So yeah, you want to win. You don't want to get swept by by a divisional foe, but it's not a must win for their psyche. I gotta sneeze. It's not. I'm trying to hurry get it out. but yeah, it's not a must win by any means. You just want to play well. You want to compete. You obviously want to win. But now you could say it's a must win if you still want to try to win a division. Because you lose the game, you're eliminated from winning the division. But if you win, you still got that slight hope that the Eagles lose out. Slight hope, but it, like I said, man. Long story short, it's not a must win.
Yeah, I mean, me and Carl agreed on the last time we talked about the Commanders, and we're not going to disagree here. It's the same exact thing. There's nothing that can go bad if they lose this game. Honestly, it's not like they lose this game and that's their chance of missing the playoffs. I don't think that happens because then they still have to play y'all again. Correct? They play y'all the last game of the season, and then they play the Falcons. Do we really think that that Michael Penix is playing now, but that's a winnable game for them, honestly. And I mean, they're going to get revenge on the Cowboys, I think, but who knows? Who knows? You know, Trayvon Diggs ain't going to be there, so we'll see. We'll see. Come on.
Chill out, my boy. Chill out.
But no, man, I don't think this changes anything for the Commanders. I don't think this injures their psyche or anything or hurts them in any single way. It may hurt them for like division pride because you don't want to get swept by somebody in division. But that's in any division. No one in the division wants to get swept. You think the 49ers want to get swept by the Rams? No, they didn't. But it happened. But I mean, hey, it happens. It happens. What hurts more is that we don't have the opportunities to win the division or make the playoffs. That's what hurts more. Now the Commanders are not in that position to where they can lose. They cannot miss the playoffs by just losing this game because they still have two other games that they can definitely win for sure. And honestly, if they win one of those two games, then they're good. Because it's not that many. If you look at it, they have a tiebreaker against the Cardinals. So I mean, if the Cardinals end up with the same record, the Cardinals not going to be in there. It's going to be them. I just don't see it. I don't see this as a big thing for them. Now it may be opposite for the Eagles, possibly, maybe, only because of how great they've been playing so far. But then again, you can probably say that it's not because you would want to lose now and not lose a game in the playoffs because they're on a 10-game win streak. And you look at the Lions; they were just on an 11-game win streak and they just lost. So I don't think I don't think this hurts the Commanders in any single way as far as this cycle. They don't have any Super Bowl expectations. They don't have any NFC championship expectations. They have a playoff expectations, of course, now, but that wasn't there before the season started. You know, before the season started, people just thought that they were going to maybe be an 8-9 team, 7-10, somewhere around that range. But no one thought they would be in this position right now. So they should be excited that they have an opportunity to make the playoffs for the first time since 2020.
Lie. I know exactly who that's for.
You guys, man. Look, us analysts probably didn't think that the Commanders will make the playoffs. There's an NFC panel somewhere right now with two fans were saying they were going to be second or win the division.
I know one. Who was the second?
Mark said they was making the playoffs, and Decorey said they was going to make the playoffs.
Decorey
told me. I got y'all. Decorey told me that this season was going to come down to the Cowboys and the Commanders playing for that 7th seed, and they were going to win and make it. And I've been living and holding on to that every week because, Dave,
it's coming down to it. It's crazy.
If we beat the Bucks and they lose to the Eagles and the Falcons, the Cowboys find a way to make that week 18 game very, very interesting for that 7th seed.
You right. Dang, Tomo. You know what? You're right. Go ahead. Do your thing. Go ahead.
Tomo, you go praise, but y'all not beating the Bucks. I'm sorry.
Hey. I said if. I never said we was. If we lose, it is what it is. But for this segment, let me live in my la-la land.
Do your thing.
Yeah, I'm gonna let you cook.
So while the question is this a must-win for the Commander psyche? I'm gonna say for the players, probably not. For the fan base, yes, because they need this win so they can talk more trash to the Eagles, and of course, you know, they can be like, yeah, we actually have a lock to probably win the division, and we ain't got to worry about the Cowboys game, so on and so forth. But if they lose, now everybody's starting to look back and say, well, can we actually beat the Falcons? Because they got a new quarterback now. They thought they was playing Kirk Cousins. Michael Penix might actually give them some go. Then you also got to look at the defense with the Cowboys, and Michael Parsons is going to take that game personal because it is in Dallas. So again, that's their only hope because it is in Dallas, and the Cowboys don't know how to win at home. So that's their only saving grace there. But as far as a mental edge,
unless it's the Giants, that's when they beat them.
You're right. The Giants can't beat nobody, but we'll talk about that on the underdog winners. You know what I mean? But for the players, it's not a must win for their psyche because they know, hey, this whole season we're playing with house money. That's like you going to the casino for the first time, you get on the blackjack table and you start running it up. You're like, well, I can lose a few hands because this is y'all money at this point, long as I know when to walk away. And that's what the Eagles didn't do last year. They didn't know when to walk away, and they lost 6 games straight, and also including that playoff game. But they found a way to bounce back. They got paid. They got Saquon, and they ran it back up on the casino again. So the Commanders, this whole season to me, outside of the stats that I had to hear all year, outside of the wins that they've been having, is a trial and error season for them. And right now, the trial's just been going on. They passed their 90 days. I don't know what Peacock's doing. Maybe they found a way to get another email address and keep the trial going because, you know, you get your free weeks or your free months, and that's what they've been doing. But as far as error, they found out like, hey, we need to bolster up some things in the secondary. We're going to move on. But again, if it comes down to that Week 17 game, Decorous, I'm going to Facebook, and you better hope y'all win.
Can I say this? I think the Cowboys game is more of a mental thing. Where if they lose to the Cowboys in Dallas and get swept by Dallas, I think that's more mentally, like that's a more mental killer than losing to Philly.
For who? Just
for the Commanders.
The team in general?
Yeah.
I did it separately. I was talking about the fan base and the team. I can see it for the team.
Especially the fan base.
Yeah.
The fan base been going through disarray.
They're gonna be sick in the chats if y'all sweep them. Yeah, they could be sick.
They be all right. The only thing we'll say is y'all ain't make the playoffs.
If y'all sweep them, they might not make the playoffs.
Exactly.
Now
they have to win 2 games to make the playoffs. That's the thing.
That would. The Seahawks are right on their heels.
Exactly.
That would be Christmas for me. Nothing would make those Super Bowl expectations. Let's move on. I'm going down the dark hole. All right. So, Carl,
you
got the gear on.
Yes, sir.
We seen the topics all over through media. You know, a lot of people. You know, the FJA club. We actually gone worldwide now at this point. People are starting to see and hear what we've been saying.
Yeah, Cam Newton joined it. I think now. I think Cam Newton.
It's official.
Hey, what's that time from Step Brothers?
Did we just become best friends?
No. The name of the company. I forgot the name of the. It was something worldwide.
Somebody in the comments help us out right quick.
Yeah, please.
But some people will also say, look, it's the Steelers. Lamar versus the Steelers. It is what it is. being the first division that's actually been featured on HBO's Hard Knocks. Oh, what is it?
Prestige Worldwide, baby.
There we go. There we
I'm
go.
about to say I just found it.
There we go. So being the first division that's featured on HBO's Hard Knocks with the in-season series, some questions arise like, who will the actual Hard Knock curse affect, or will someone actually break it? The last team that was on in-season, I think it was I know the Colts did one, and I know the Cardinals did one. I think it was the Cardinals last year. I think so. However, we got a full division now. AFC North, the division of the Hard Knocks. One of the most, I would say, you all took over the chats this year. The NFC East has been trying to keep up with y'all. I mean, more so the Eagles have been fighting with y'all. A lot of the other teams you all done either put hands on or got hands put on by y'all. Well, it was only the Eagles that beat most of the teams. They beat the Commanders beat them too. All right, so anyway, Carl, AFC North, you called it. Here's your chance. Who wins?
Told y'all, man, the Steelers was going to slip up, and we were going to take over. You see my name? My name is Money in the Bank for a reason. First of all, M&T Bank Stadium. I like that. Secondly, what happens in the Money in the Bank? You cash in your money in the bank, baby, in wrestling. That's the Money in the Bank name. We cashing it in tomorrow, 4:30 in the bank. Lamar Jackson has not played the Steelers in Baltimore since 2020. It has been 4 years since the Steelers have played the Ravens in Baltimore with Lamar as starting quarterback. So, yes, while Lamar has struggled in Pittsburgh, not just Lamar, the entire Baltimore Ravens have struggled against the Steelers in Pittsburgh. It's a little bit different when you at home, the home crowd rocking. You score a touchdown, the crowd's behind you. You know, you don't get the cheering when you fumble. You might get in your mental, your psyche a little bit when you fumble. Like, dang, it's a big game. I just fumbled. Now the crowd got all the momentum with the Steelers. It's a little different when you at home. Also saw a stat that said he has never played against the Ravens, against the Steelers since 2020 with a crowd, which is kind of crazy. But because of COVID, I guess. But I think it's a little different. Now, like I said in the chats, when it comes to Ravens Steelers, throw all the stats away. It means nothing. No matter how good you are, how bad you are, when those two teams play, that means nothing because they have beat us with Charlie Batts, and I owed somebody $30 because of that. And we have beat them with Ryan Mallett, rest in peace, when they were clearly a playoff team and we won like 5-6 games a year. So throw everything out the window. But I do think it's a different element that, like I said, we're in Baltimore. Lamar's playing in Baltimore. And we actually have something to play for. Last year, we had nothing to play for. Lamar didn't even play. 2019, we ain't had nothing to play for, and Lamar didn't play. So we got something to play for, and I know these guys, they hear all the noise. Lamar struggled against the Steelers. I think they're going to try their best to help Lamar out. And lastly, I will say this. If Justin Tucker makes his field goals, we beat them in Pittsburgh. So please, Justin Tucker, please make your field goals. When you are called upon in a game where points are a premium, we need you to make those kicks. I don't care. Oh, y'all got the number one offense. Y'all relying on the kicker, bruh. Again, these games, points are a premium. You cannot miss field goals and expect to win in these type of ball games. They're drag out, knockdown fights, and every point counts. But I do think, like I said, the home crowd, Lamar, he's frustrated. He's still frustrated from the bye week. The Giants didn't do nothing to satisfy him. He wants this division. He wants this title. He wants this AFC championship. He wants the Super Bowl, and it starts now.
30-14.
Yeah,
hey, JL, are you on Instagram?
I ain't going that far.
JL, you on
Look at Ty.
That's what
I saw Ty. Hey, y'all. Hey, look, I hope so, but that's crazy. I ain't agreeing with that.
Are you?
I'd gladly be wrong though.
Just answer that question for me. And just if you're on Instagram, then you need to become a member ASAP. It's going to be, I think it's going to be an epic game this Saturday. I really, you are bet. I'm gonna find you on Instagram for sure. Look, man.
Oh, that's it right there. He gave it to us. All right.
Yeah, I think this game is going to. I think Lamar Jackson is going to actually play better in this game than what we've previously seen when it comes to Lamar Jackson. This season has not been your typical Lamar Jackson kind of a season. If you look at how he's played as far as the quarterback position, Because he's on pace right now to throw for 4,000 yards for the first time in his career. And what's something that people almost always talk about? Lamar Jackson has never thrown for over 4,000 yards in his career. Right now, he's pretty much leading almost all passing categories right now in the NFL.
He like
Lamar Jackson
yards.
Yards, yes, but what I'm saying is, touchdown, he's up there. As far as his completion percentage is not bad this season. Yards is up there where it needs to be at. The man is playing phenomenal quarterback right now. And then you look at the game. I know it was against the Giants, but he put up 5+ touchdown passes in that game. 5. You know how I say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? Yeah. That's what happened. Yeah, 5 in that game, man. And honestly, I wanted to give the Steelers the benefit of the doubt of being able to play tough when it comes against the Ravens, but I honestly think not having Pickens in this game is not going to help them. I really think that's not going to be able to help them. It didn't help them against the Eagles, and then the Ravens defense has played a lot better of late. They're basically like a top 3 defense over the last few weeks, and that's as far as passing yards, rushing yards, and points. They're not allowing a lot of teams to really do what they want to do. And that's going to help them right now. And shout out to Chris because he said basically later on the season, this is what happens. That defense just plays better. And that's exactly what's going on now. The defense is just playing better as the season goes on. Marlon Humphrey is still crashing out but making plays, of course. And you got other guys back there making plays. We already know what Roquan can do. This defense is going to step up, and then the rookie. What's your rookie cornerback name again, Carl?
Nate Wiggins.
Him. Nate Wiggins definitely has played phenomenal this season in his rookie season. I really think that Lamar Jackson is going to have a good game, and I think that's what's going to carry them to a win. I don't think it's going to be a blowout, but I think the Ravens win this game.
Hey, Tomo, real quick, I can tell you why our defense was playing better. Ever since we have cut Eddie Jackson and got that safety position solidified, the defense has been a lot better. Now, B. Steve, he still got to play better on that opposite side. I think he's the field side corner. He got to play better on that side. But other than that, cutting Eddie Jackson and letting our Darius Washington rock out has made our defense a lot better.
So let me add first things first. If Lamar Jackson throws 4 or 5 touchdowns on Saturday, thank you. Because I need this for my fantasy games. He's my starting quarterback in both leagues. He got me here. He got me to the 2 seed. So shout out to Lamar for having an MVP season for me. See, the thing about the AFC North is you all play each other so tough. And now you're looking at it like we just talked about how the Bengals, they don't have a chance to actually win a division, but they have a chance to upset the Steelers as the last game of the season. And I know you all play the Browns. So you definitely need this game because I already know how you feel about when y'all play the Browns. And it's just like it's an up and down thing. And both teams have lost to the Browns. One was in the snow and one was just the Browns.
Drop picks.
Then yep, that's it. And then another thing why I really want to say I'm going to pick the Ravens to win this division. I think the Steelers still have a fighting chance. Even if they lose this game, they have a chance to win it. But I think what's going to happen here is if the Ravens win on Saturday, they already cut. You said they cut one of the safeties, so that was
Eddie Jackson.
That was some bad baggage there. Then they already cut another wide receiver. I heard they just recently released. What is it, Deontay Johnson? That's some more bad baggage there. And I think Nelson Aguilar feel better. I think he's out with the concussion. So again, that reins in more of how the Ravens show up for these games. It's like you all just like, look, it's us in this corner. Nobody believes in us. We're gonna lock in it. We're gonna go out there and we're gonna show out. And it's at home. I like the name. So it's time for Lamar to break that mental edge over the Steelers and actually show them that, hey, I know you all are in my division. You all think that, well, technically they can say they got your number. I know there's a bet looming on it, but this game here is going to prove if you all can take the division back and hold it as a lock. I still think it might come down to the last 2 games of the season, though, for both of y'all. Because I got to go see who the Steelers. I know they played the Bengals as the last game, but who they play after
Chiefs,
y'all?
Wednesday.
Chiefs. See that right there. So if they lose to y'all, they got to find a way to beat the Chiefs. I know TJ Watt was dealing with something after that Eagles game. They still upset that they lost to the Eagles, in which they did. And now they got to play a division foe. it's going to be a good one, but I still pick the Ravens to win this division.
Yeah, I won't be surprised if the Steelers win this division, though, because like you said, the Steelers have Lamar's number. It just happens to be that way. He's 1-4 against them. I think they won 8 of the last 9 matchups. It's been a runaway rivalry for the Steelers pretty much. But
there's some context behind it.
I mean, yes, of course, it's been some context behind it. But if you just look at just the wins and losses, the Steelers are pretty much won it. And who knows what happens in this game? Like I said, anything's liable to happen. We know the Steelers defense is not a joke. We know what TJ Watkins caused a lot of havoc back there. Minka can make some plays every now and then. Then you got Joey Porter Jr. So they got some guys right there that can make some plays and they can definitely win. But for me, it just depends on how the receiving core is going to look without George Pickens in this game, and is Najee going to be able to do what he needs to do to help them win.
I can hear Mark somewhere.
Yeah, he's probably calling him mid or trash. We know what Mark's gonna say, but yeah, that's what it comes down to me. But I think Lamar Jackson gets over the hump for this game.
Just want to make sure. Thought you had one more thing to say after that call. Sound like you just like, look, go win the game. You know, ain't
pretty much. Go get this dub.
All right. Well, we have CTC call here. College football players were started. I seen the bowl count on you. Was 4-1 on the show.
This morning.
6-1 now.
6-1 currently.
There we go. So can you help us help the people? Because we got to talk about these college football playoff predictions. Right now, do you have the teams up that are in the? If you don't, I can read them off. Make it shake. This is you, Carl. I'm backing up. All you.
All right, cool. So the college football playoff starts in about 15 to 20 minutes, maybe 25. You know, they might got some presentation and everything going on. It is the playoffs. They might not just kick it right away like regular games. But in the game, we got 12 teams. I'll name them all for you in order. 1 seed Oregon, 2 seed Georgia, 3 seed Boise State, 4 seed Arizona State, 5 seed Texas, 6 seed Penn State, 7 seed. We have Notre Dame playing tonight, actually. 8 seed Ohio State, 9th seed Tennessee, 10th seed we have Indiana, Notre Dame plays tonight. 11th seed we have the 11th seed. Where is it at? Right, hold on. SMU, and the 12th seed Clemson Tigers. So tonight, like I said, we have Indiana, Notre Dame. Then tomorrow we have the other round 1, Clemson, Texas, Tennessee, Ohio State, SMU, Penn State. I'll start with the game tonight. I do have Notre Dame winning that game tonight against Indiana. Now it is snowing, things can't change, but I lean more so on Notre Dame running game, especially in a game like this in defense, more so than Indiana's running game in defense in a game like this. Then we start Saturday at noon. We should have Penn State, SMU should be the 12 o'clock game. I do go Penn State in that game. I think their rushing attack is ridiculous. SMU, I think they can be had up front against this Big Ten O-line. The trenches is going to be huge in this game because both teams want to establish the run. Kevin Jennings wants to use the run for SMU at quarterback and hand the ball off to Brashard Smith, who has had a phenomenal year, transferred over from Miami, was a receiver, moved to running back, had a great year. But I do think Penn State can take advantage of that SMU defense, and I do think Penn State's defense, which is good at getting turnovers, they forced a couple out of Kevin Jennings, just like Kevin Jennings turned the ball over in the ACC championship game against Clemson. The next game after that, we do have Clemson, Texas. Now, this game, I'm going with Texas. Reason being, I do think Texas defense is just flat out phenomenal. They caused some turnovers against Cade Klubnik. They have the speed to run with these Clemson receivers, led by Jadae Barron. Clemson, Brian Wesco had a huge game, but a large amount of it came off of a trick play, which should have been called back by an eligible man downfield that doesn't get talked about. But nonetheless, I think Texas can generate a run. Clemson run game is decimated. Phil Maffa, shoulder injury. Jay Haynes was on the boot. Give me Texas to win that game. And the final game, I have my upset, Tennessee, Ohio State. I have Tennessee winning that game in an upset. I think Tennessee's defense is going to be the kryptonite to Ohio State. If you paid attention to Ohio State this year when they gone against a pretty good defense, i.e. Penn State, i.e. Michigan, the offense was not able to generate a lot of points. Penn State, they won 20-13. We all see Drew Allar, put him in the clutch, do the pick. And Michigan won. Michigan flat out beat them at home in the horseshoe off defense and running the football. What is Tennessee? Defense and running Dylan Sampson. So I do think Tennessee in a low-scoring affair takes that game tomorrow night, which will lead Arizona State to play Texas in the quarterfinals. I do have Texas winning that game. Again, defense for Texas wins that game, in my opinion. Arizona State has a really good offense led by a really good running back in Cam Scatterbo and Sam Levitt. The Michigan State transfers had a phenomenal year, both throwing the ball and using his legs to throw the ball. But in the end, I think that Texas defense is just too much. And I do think Arizona State's defense can be had by the speed of these Texas receivers and the tight end Gunnar Helm. And I also think Texas can establish the run against Arizona State. So I have Texas winning that one. And next, I have Tennessee, Oregon. I do lean Oregon in that game. Now, granted, Tennessee's strength is to run the ball. Oregon, not necessarily good at stopping the run. But here's my problem. Nico Iamaleava is my problem for the Tennessee Volunteers. He's inconsistent. I don't know if he'll have a good game against this Oregon defense. So if Oregon sells out to stop the run, forcing Nico to beat him with his arm, I don't think he can necessarily do that. Also, while Tennessee does have a good pass rush, Dylan Gabriel is a mobile quarterback. So he's able to make plays with his legs, and he's really good at extended plays and hitting guys up and downfield. And with the 3 electric receivers he have, and Tez Johnson, Evan Stewart, and Trayshawn Holden, it'll be no problem for them to get open. And mind you, I'm not even mentioning the tight end Terrence Ferguson or Patrick Herbert. And I'm not even mentioning the run game of Jordan James and Noah Whittington. So I have Oregon in that one. Penn State, Boise State, battle of the running teams, Penn State. Why? Penn State's going to dominate the trenches. Boise State, really good Mountain West team. Really good Mountain West team. But I don't think they have the big boys up front to contend with Penn State. Abdul Carter is probably going to take Maddox Madsen heads off at least twice in that game. And again, they're going to sell out to stop Ashton Jeanty. They're going to come into that game. Ashton Jeanty gets 100 to 120 yards. And I might be like, Carl, that's a lot of yards. Not
Ashton Jeanty.
For him. No,
not for
that's an average game for Ashton.
He go for like 220, 230. So
that's an average game. By the way, I didn't even explain these picks on CTC, so y'all getting exclusive.
That's why I ain't stopped you. That's why I ain't stopped you.
Hey, do your thing.
I didn't explain these picks on CTC. I explained the first 4 tonight and tomorrow, but past that, I just made picks. But yeah, I think Penn State dominates up front. They win the game against Boise State. Lastly, Notre Dame, Georgia. Why? It's tough to say I trust Riley Leonard more than I trust Carson Beck or Gunnar Stockton, but I trust Georgia's defense. Georgia defense, them trenches up front, they'll stop the Notre Dame run. Notre Dame is predicated, again, off running the ball, using play action to allow Riley Leonard to push the ball down the field. If they let him push the ball down the field, Georgia's going to take away the run game, taking away the play action, taking away the ability, in my opinion, to push the ball down the field. They'll probably start making some short throws for Riley Leonard. And if you remember the Texas A&M game, those short throws really is not going to work for Notre Dame. And if you stop the run game, you'll stifle this Notre Dame offense. Now, Notre Dame in that Texas A&M game was able to break some runs, but I don't think they break the long runs against Georgia, leading Georgia to win that game, in my opinion. Then I have in the semis Texas, Oregon. I do have Oregon, and I do think that's going to be a good game because it's going to be interesting to see the speed of the Oregon offense versus the speed of the Texas defense. But I don't know if I trust Quinn Ewers more than I trust Dylan Gabriel, and that's what it comes down to me in that game. I trust Dylan Gabriel more, taking Oregon to the championship where they play the winner of Georgia-Penn State. Georgia's going to stop the run. They're going to put the ball in Drew Allar's hands. Drew Allar's going to turn the ball over. Drew Allar's going to lose them the game. Georgia moves on to the championship where they lose, in my opinion, to Oregon because Carson Beck is going to fold. And Oregon's going to take advantage. Dylan Gabriel, again, being a mobile quarterback is going to help. And Oregon is my national champion of the 2024-2025 season.
Wow. I was waiting for Ty to show up. I knew it.
He was there.
Get in line because Anthony's right in front of you.
He was there, but dang, Carl.
I did that on the spot. I ain't got no notes on this.
I feel like you picked every game that I was gonna pick. I swear. I think the only thing that I may have had before, I had Boise State beating Penn State, but as I did more research on the game, I was like, nah, I think Penn State they got this. All they gotta do is stop Ashton Jeanty or contain him. They contain him, that's it.
Yeah, they tee off on Maddox Madsen. It's tough for me not to see Maddox Madsen at least throw 2 interceptions.
Yeah, it's gonna be a long day for him. Oh, you said you did all that on the spot?
Yeah, I ain't got no notes on this. All I showed y'all was the bracket.
I know, and the bracket wasn't even complete. Now,
the bracket's complete.
Oh, you just did it? All right. The blur at first, it looked like you just had the bracket set up. All right, there you go. Cool. Now, I don't know any other reason to sell you all on subscribing to CTC if this segment didn't do it for itself. Now, when you all try to go in the comments and say, well, I don't think Oregon's going to win, and it plays out and Oregon wins, I just need you to come back and make sure your apology is as loud as your disrespect, because I know Ty gonna have a lot to say about Penn State losing to Georgia, and I know Anthony will have a lot to say about Georgia not even winning. So
at least I got Georgia in the natty, man.
It's gonna be an interesting game. It's gonna be interesting, but I'm not mad at Oregon winning it all. It just seemed to be that good this season. So
it's an elusive championship, man. They lost to Cam at Auburn. They lost to Ezekiel Elliott at Ohio State with Cardell Jones and third-string quarterback. I know Florida State fans love to bring that up, but it's an elusive championship for Oregon. They've had teams good enough in the past. I think Dan Lanning finally gets it done.
Hey, everybody gotta have their time. We're gonna see if it happens, man. Carl, you gonna stick around for our underdog winner segment?
Yeah, I got one. I can pick one. Let me look.
Okay. Well, if you don't know and you're new here, we do this every week. We go look at this schedule for the week. We go off of the spreads and we go see like, hey, who do we think is going to be the underdog this week? And Dave, shout out to Dave's Doghouse for giving us the sponsored name for this segment, underdog winner. And with that being said, I'm gonna start with you, Dave. Who you got?
I got this. May seem like I've been picking against them almost every single week, but no, I can't do that. I can't do it. I got the game that I got because I was looking at the one game I was looking at was the Commanders and the Eagles, and I know it's a division rival, so it's possible. Commanders at home, you
a mark.
Yeah, but I'm gonna go with the Jets beating the Rams. The Jets are at home, but they are 3-point underdogs. So I got the Jets winning that game. I think Devontae Adams him and Aaron Rodgers have finally started to play well, and it is late in the season, so they don't have a lot of games left to do anything. But the Jets are spoilers at this point. So right now I feel like that the Jets are going to win that game against the Rams, and it's going to create what's already a tight race in the NFC West, but it's going to be even more for the Jets and the Rams, because the Rams and the Seahawks are pretty much right there as the same record, and it's going to be one of those two that possibly win the division, or the Cardinals, of course. But I got the Jets beating the Rams.
All right. So for me, I think the spread just changed, but when I checked it, they had the Bills favored by 14.5 points.
Still the same.
Oh, still the same? ESPN got it at 14.
FanDuel still got it at 14.5. That's what I go
by.
All
right, let's go with FanDuel then, because that's where everybody bet at anyway. Unless ESPN bets want to sponsor the show, then we don't got nothing negative to say about y'all neither. But again, I normally, when it spreads like this, that's the easiest one to go to, because I'm like, well, look at the numbers. I think the team can I think the Pats can cover as far as the points. So I'm not picking them as my underdogs. I think the Pats going to cover, so I just want to throw that out there. But my underdog for the week is the Giants get the win over the Falcons.
Wow.
The Giants have to find a way to win a football game at some point. I know some people say they're probably tanking for Shador, but as a football team, you have to at least get one win. And now with the Falcons shifting their quarterback from Kirk Cousins to Michael Penix, I think Penix is going to go out there and have a good game. But with this Giants defense, they're going to be like, y'all not about to just play around with us and have this old rookie quarterback come out here and just do things. And I think Malik Neighbors is also going to have a good day. So I'm picking the Giants to win over the Falcons.
I disagree with both of y'all picks, man. Neighbors got to go against AJ Terrell now.
Yeah,
but
I was about to say that AJ Terrell been playing good this season too.
That's why it's an underdog.
And they still got Justin Simmons back there at safety. So
AJ Space. I'm stuck.
Yeah, you're right, but still,
I'm stuck between the Titans over the Colts with Mason Rudolph at quarterback. No more Will Levis. Y'all know how I felt. I've always felt about Will Levis. Always felt he was overrated. Didn't understand how he was getting first round hype. And I'm stuck between the Jags over the Raiders. But the Jags, in my opinion, although they've been playing well quarters 1 through 3, they've been finding ways to lose ball games in the fourth. I'm going to go with the Titans. I'm going to go with the Titans over the Colts. Divisional game. Colts, they just been finding ways to lose as well. They found a way to lose against the Broncos. They threw a throwback pass that Nick Benito, shout out Nick Benito, having a spectacular year out of Oklahoma. Pick 60. No more Will Levis. Mason Rudolph is in that quarterback. You do got some weapons with you. You do got Tyler Boyd, Calvin Ridley. You do got a backfield with Tony Pollard and Tajay Spears. Defense, it's not the same because L'Jarius Sneed, he's been out. He's on IR. But I do think the Titans, if I have to pick one, can get the upset against the Colts on the road, divisional win. Give me the Titans.
Yeah, my other one would have been I had 3 on my another one that I looked at. It's the Panthers over the Cardinals.
Home dog. I'm not mad at that.
You said the Panthers over the Cardinals?
I ain't mad at that one.
And then you had the Jets over the. Is it some?
That's
NFC
one I'm
West?
mad at.
Is this some NFC West going on?
I'm mad at that one.
You know, the other big underdog is the Saints and Packers. Packers got our 14
14.5 point, yep.
14.5 point
Spread.
dog. So
I think that's because what's the name hurt, right?
Derek Carr.
And Kamara.
Oh yeah, Kamara is hurt. Yep.
Yep. That's
Hey, Ty, they 3.5 point dogs, brother. This is literally the rule.
Yeah.
Exactly. We're going by the spread, not what we think as underdogs, but what the spread is.
Yeah.
Hey, take it up with FanDuel. Don't take it up with me, buddy.
Yeah, we ain't got nothing to do with that, my guy.
And I think Drew Lock playing, Ty.
Good. I was so confused. They went to Tim Boyle against us over Drew Lock, and I was so confused. I was mad. Obviously, I was happy, but confused.
They were tanking. It's clear they're tanking. They don't care about who the quarterback is. They had DeVito, then
DeVito got hurt. Yeah.
So.
Hey, I don't care if they win or lose. I'm just pick them as my underdog. Like I like that the Giants is losing. That's fine by me. Keep losing. I'm like Dave. I want all the teams in my division to lose. But
There you go.
So
there you go. I want them all to lose.
Yeah, I'm mad at you though for picking the Jets over the Rams. The Jets have been finding ways to lose games, and Matt Stafford's been on fire.
I know.
Since Kevin Puka Nacua has been back.
I know. It's just Jets also found a way to win the last week, so could be.
They didn't play last week. They played the Jags. Then they found a way to beat the team that's been finding ways to lose games. Somebody got to win it.
The great equalizer. You got to play somebody that's just like you.
Just saying, man, it's possible.
Some people would the Commanders beating the Eagles be an upset?
Yes, they.
Off the spread. Yeah, you right.
Off the spread, it would be.
I think that's an upset. Period.
Is it?
Yeah,
I think so.
It's a divisional game.
It don't matter.
Yeah, still.
It don't matter. That's a.
To me, that's an upset.
Nah, y'all right. Because AJ Brown,
especially based on what we said, especially based on what me and Carl had said the last time we were on here talking about the Eagles. They're playing the best football out of anybody in the NFL right now. So.
And not just y'all.
That would be
going off of what Mark said too. They got the wide receivers, they got the running back, they got the this, they got the that.
3.2 seconds in the pocket.
Yeah, so you right. Commanders beating anyone. Well, they've been upsetting a lot of bad teams this year.
They definitely have. They were once considered a bad team until they started winning.
Yeah, they still are. But let's get on up out of here. Hey, and refuse to lose, you gotta do it twice. That's what they told me.
That's right. Let's get these last words in. Yeah. For me, man, I'm definitely excited about the shows. Like I said, Carl had a great show today. And then he gave you a preview of what he's going to be talking about tomorrow as far as the college football playoffs. So you got that with my man CTC, as I say CKC, Carl Knows College. So you got that. All the shows, man, have been doing phenomenal. Baseball with Teddy. You got In the Red Corner doing great. I'm excited about everything that's going on, man. I can't wait. That's best. I was
letting you go. I
was letting you
go. I knew Carl was smiling. I was like, what?
I was trying to figure it out. Y'all know me. Once I see, I got to figure out what's going on. But Miami Heat, man. We play the Thunder tonight. How we gonna look? That's what I need to know. How we gonna look in this game?
Hey, just let Shay get 30. Okay, I look after that.
I don't know about all that. Well, it's for a parlay, so
of course. Come on, brother. Of course.
I want you to make your money. I want you to make your money. But let's see what we can do. Duke. We got Georgia Tech coming up. Let's get that W against Georgia Tech. It's ACC play now. Sooner or later, we playing UNC. Let's go ahead and sweep them boys up out of here. So let's get them up out of here, man. And
all my shows are live.
University of Miami. We got a good wide receiver out of the portal. Let's keep getting some more guys out because we got some guys hitting the portal. Let's leave in the team. We need to get some guys in. So Let's continue to do that, and that's pretty much all I can say right at this moment. And Red Sox, make a freaking move, man. Dang.
Hey, y'all got Garrett Crochet, man.
That's one. We need more than that. That's not enough.
You fell asleep.
What more y'all want, man? Nah, I feel you. Because shoot, all we did was get Alex Cobb, so I'm with you. But yeah, all my shows are live. I did a live bracket reveal. I do live selection Sunday, bracket reveal with that. I'm live, so just subscribe. The times is kind of weird, but just subscribe. Subscribe to everybody, man. We all put out good content. But my last words is thank y'all for having me on the show as always. Appreciate it. I got the Troll Dave Tuesday. Wish I could. Oh no, I don't go live during the games. I be at work or I be writing, so I don't go live during the games. If enough people ask, I might, but yeah, nobody really asked me to go live during the games. But and two, I watch too many at a time. I watch like 4 or 5 at a time, so I can't go live during the games. I preview like 20 games in a week or more, so
no, for real,
can't really do it. But again, appreciate y'all for having me on. We got Indiana, Notre Dame. They're running out now. It's about to kick off soon, so about to lock in, watch that. Ravens, let's get this dub tomorrow. We got to steal the division. I've been telling Steelers it's coming. It's coming. Y'all ain't won the division in 5 years. It ain't starting this year. So let's get that done. Hey man, 6-1 bowl record. Wouldn't mind being 6-2 tonight, Indiana. Wink, wink. So hey man, get it done. Pistons, terrible outing last night. Got absolutely destroyed by the Jazz. Didn't like that. But other than that, man, let's get it. I think that's all I got for y'all for my last words.
Right,
hey, J.O., check your DMs, man.
Oh, Ty, you're absolutely wild for that comment, by the way.
What, going live?
No, Commanders beating UMD would be an upset.
Yeah.
It would be an upset.
The Commanders beating Maryland would be. Stop it, Tomo.
If Wale there, they both gonna lose. But I ain't got nothing to say. Y'all set me up for that one. Yeah, but nah, you see what Ty said about going live during the
Penn State Georgia game.
Say he'll join you.
All depends on the time and if I'm off work.
All right, there you go. True. Well, it looks like we may have another Ravens fan joining the chat soon, so we'll see. I'm glad you found us, J.O., and I'm glad you subscribing to the shows on the network and being a part of the comments as well, keeping the conversation going, because that's what keeps the network going, the conversations on the show and also in the chats. And I want to say shout out to everyone, man. Shout out to my bros for holding it down. I was out, man. Y'all been doing some great stuff, man. Every show on the network has been doing some great stuff. I want to say shout out to FFC because, Coach, it's been a long season, and you got me to the number 2 seed. And the fact that you didn't do a show kind of worries me a little bit because I usually need that motivation going into the week. And now going into Saturday, I got the motivation that Vaughn has to play Kev and I have to play Mark in the Final Four. So I need to win this game because I don't need Mark having a one-up on me right now. But if Mark finds a way to win this game, I need the Commanders not to make the playoffs so I can get the edge. So at the end of the day, it's just a lot of pettiness going on with this tornado whirlwind that I got going on. But outside of that, it's all been love. It's been one of the most competitive fantasy leagues that I've been in a while. So again, hats off to everybody in Refuse to Lose. Hats off to everybody that comes in and likes, hit the notification bell to keep this thing going. And that's all I get. Oh, one more thing.
I got one more after you.
Yeah. And to the people on the internet that want to keep saying the Wizards are the worst team in franchise history, I didn't hear none of this about the Pistons last year, but I know how it feels now, Carl, where everybody just wants to pick your team as to be the butt of the jokes until you get competitive next year. So I'm just waiting. Capture the flag.
I don't even know if you want Cooper Flag as your pick, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you.
It's a couple of the players you might want.
Hey, man, I don't know if you're satisfied with Jordan Poole, but
Jeremiah Fears is like that. Dylan Harper is like that. You got some players that's
Dylan Harper to me is the number 1 overall pick.
This is what the family is for. Okay, let me revert. I'm gonna reroute. Thank you guys. I got somebody else I need to look at.
Dylan Harper to me is the number 1 pick in the draft. But shout out to Spartans, man. 9-2. We play FAU tomorrow. Hopefully we 10-2. And shout out South Carolina, man. Got the dub over Clemson in the battle of the Palmetto in overtime, won by 3 points. I think CMB fouled out, but we still got it done. Man, those are 2 huge wins. A quad 1 win for South Carolina. I mean, we got Maryland coming up soon. Don't you worry, buddy.
Oh, I can't wait.
I can't wait either. Y'all
Maryland
look
is
at speed.
good.
Y'all look at
I
speed.
can't wait.
Maryland
Y'all look
good.
at speed.
That's gonna be an
But
interesting.
hey, man, you already know Chipotle on the line.
I was just about to say, run the bowl back.
Let's go. Chipotle Bowl is back.
Let's get it.
Okay, we got a live bet on the show. Chipotle bet. Maryland versus
Michigan State. I can
College
look the day for you,
basketball.
so we can say it on here right now. The day of, I don't know, because let me find Michigan State. Should be right here. We play Maryland on. It's not gonna be in December. Oh, it's not January. Is it in February 26th in College Park?
That's a long time now. I might go to the game.
Hey, low key, I might too. It's
Then again, I don't know.
also on a Wednesday 6:30. I might.
Then again, I don't know because I'm in Jersey now. I'm not in Maryland anymore. So
Yeah, Wednesday College Park, Tomo.
Carl,
It's at your home. Hey, remember last time we had a bet at y'all crib? Remember who won?
The field goal kicker that missed the field goal.
Hey,
That's
man,
who won.
hey, man, I ain't trying to hear it because Aiden Childs was throwing picks like he was in middle school. Man, trying to throw the ball away and throw it right to a Maryland defender. I'm not trying to hear it.
Hey, all I know is when it was time for a field goal kicker to go out there and win the game, he had one job and he missed it, and that gave y'all hope.
And I
But-
made it.
But all I know is, look, just let me know what we're doing because we got with the new show schedule. I mean, even though we will be off on Wednesdays, but with the new show schedule, let me know what you want to do, Carl.
I'm with it.
Because I would love to go get Chipotle right after the game.
No, sir. No, sir. I would love to extend our winning streak over the Terps and enjoy my Chipotle at a later date.
2-1 since the chat started. That's all I'm gonna say.
You ain't beat me in college basketball yet since the chat started.
Yeah, y'all got that one. I got to enjoy my wins where I can.
That's true. Well, y'all, that's it for today's show. We appreciate y'all. Oh, Tomo, superstar members. Let me show you shout them out.
Shout out to our superstar members, everybody that is a superstar. Shout out to Worm, Joe, Dave, myself, Teddy, Cardo, Coach, Vaughn, Lamar, Giovanni, and Chris. And hopefully you, J.O., man, when you click that link, become a member, man, so you can join these chats.
Yep. Check your DM, J.O. I definitely sent you a message. But all right, y'all, we'll see y'all Tuesday. Tomo won't be here, of course. He's going on another vacation, but enjoy your time, my guy. So,
happy holidays, everybody, because I won't be here. So, yep, happy holidays.
Absolutely. See y'all next time. Peace out.
Thank you for staying to the end. If you're watching this on YouTube, please like this video, subscribe, and also hit that notification button so you can be notified next time we put out a video. If you're listening on any podcast platform, subscribe and hit that notification button, y'all, so you can be notified we put out another podcast audio. And last but not least, hit that share button. No matter what you're listening to or watching it, hit that share button and send it to somebody that you know that would love to watch this episode you just listened to. So once again, thank you for staying to the end, and we'll see y'all in the next episode.